to the spiritual home of kickboxing for Glory 41 Super Fight Series. The town of Den Bosch in the Netherlands sees the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven, charge back into action, fresh off his historic win against the bad boy, Badr Hari, in December. Tonight, he faces another Moroccan mauler, Ismail the Star Lazar. He may look short and stout, but don't judge a book by its cover. He's nicknamed the Tank. Lazar likes to crush his opponents with well-timed bombs and body shots. With Verhoeven on a 12-fight win streak, can Lazar turn giant killer and make it unlucky 13 for the king? Plus, the vacant featherweight title is up for grabs as hometown hero Ruben van Roosmalen faces off against contender tournament winner Pech Panamarong of Thailand. Van Roosmalen is the only Glory fighter to have held belts in two separate divisions, but after failing to make weight at Glory 37, he was stripped of the featherweight title, leaving the belt up for grabs. His opponent, the torso tenderizer, Kiat Mukau, sports a ferocious left kick, but can the terrifying Thai withstand the power of Van Roosmalen? And it's crowd-pleasing carnage from the Dutch dream crusher, Michael Dute, facing Murat Bouzidi. Dute's battle with Daniel Ilunga at Glory 36 was the 2016 Fight of the Year, and he'll be bringing more of the same against fan favorite Bouzidi. And welterweight wonder Myrtle the Predator Groenhart looks to improve on his number 4 ranking when he takes on Alan Scheinsen of Argentina. It's Glory 41 Super Fight Series. We are in the south of Holland, Den Bosch at the Bobenthallen Arena in the Netherlands, the home of kickboxing. And what a night we have for you. I don't think it's a stretch to say that this is the best Super Fight Series card Glory has ever produced, and we can't wait. Todd Grisham alongside the former welterweight champion of the world, Joseph Valtellini. And just to show you how deep this card is, let's talk about one fight that's not even in the top 3. Michael Dute returns to the ring tonight.
And anytime Michael Dute fights, you know it can be a main event. That guy brings a lot of heat, a lot of action, and a lot of power, but he's doing it against one of the most experienced kickboxers in the game in Murat Bouzidi.
Both fighters predict a knockout. They will come out swinging. They don't like to take a step backwards. As for Michael Dute, the last time we saw him in the Glory ring, it was in the 2016 Fight of the Year against Daniel Ilunga.
Yeah, and we saw 5 knockdowns in that fight, plus an extra round. You thought Dute had it, then Ilunga came back, then Dute came back, so it was back and forth action, and that's why it was one of the best fights I've seen and have called.
The fans voted this the best fight of 2016, and it really wasn't even close. Both men with an amazing display in Germany. Another Dutch fighter in action tonight, Myrtle Groenhart. He's not in a good mood, Joe. He wanted a title fight against Cedric Doumbé. Instead, that goes to Nicky Holzken, so Groenhart will have to face Alan Scheinsen.
Yeah, he was originally supposed to fight Haruk Grigorian, and that's going to lead him to that title shot, but Alan Scheinsen is a very powerful fighter. You got to look at that 77% knockout ratio, and he's looking to land that power on Groenhart.
And what a performance it was from Myrtle Groenhart the last time we saw him in a Glory ring as he faced the Thai Terminator Tong Chai.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight. We thought Tong Chai was going to come out, use a lot of kicks, but he really stood in the range, and Myrtle was able to show some good knockout power in his hands, and this was definitely one of the highlights in Myrtle's career.
So those are 2 fantastic fights headed your way, but they're not even the co-main or the main event. We haven't even talked about our title fight. The featherweight championship will be on the line as Den Bosch's own Ruben van Roosmalen is back in the ring.
Yeah, and he's been a tear, and you got to look at this guy as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in kickboxing, and 2-division champion. Although he was stripped from his title in his last fight, he really wants this fight, and he's fighting a young, tough Pech Panamarong Kiat Mukau.
He lost his title because he failed to make weight. He is on weight tonight and wants to reclaim featherweight gold as he squares off against the 3rd-ranked featherweight in the world, Pech Panamarong Kiat Mukau, who, if he wins tonight, will be the youngest champion in Glory history. As for Van Roosmalen, his gym is literally right across the street. He cannot wait to fight in front of his hometown fans.
I couldn't focus on anything else, you know. I'm so excited about this, so focused. Never been more motivated than this time. So I can't wait to show that Saturday. Getting the belt back in my hometown is gonna feel like I won the lottery. I wish I made that much money, but getting that belt back is it's close to that, you know. Especially how I lost it the last time. It's gonna be the cherry on the pie for me.
So our co-main event is a title fight. Our main event is a super fight. The king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven, squares off against Ismael Lazzar.
And he's on a 12-fight win streak, and this is a very dangerous fight for Rico because he has a lot to lose. And Lazzar is one of these fighters that has everything to gain. He has a chance to take down the king of kickboxing.
As for Rico Verhoeven, he's not only the king of kickboxing, looking for his 13th straight win in a Glory ring, but he may be the most in-shape fighter in all of Glory.
He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, he's intelligent, he's the full package, and that's what makes him very dangerous, is that he can execute his game plan perfectly every time he's in that ring.
Ismael Lazzar may not have the look of a heavyweight champion, but he certainly has the power, and these highlights will show you exactly what he's all about, Joe.
Yeah, you can't let that size fool you. He's got punching power. He wants to get on the inside, and he wants to let that power go. And this being a 5-round fight, Lazzar said, this gives me 5 opportunities to take the king out.
We asked Ismael Lazzar if he was intimidated by Rico. He said no. The only thing I'm worried about is all my fans storming the ring after I beat Rico here tonight via knockout. We'll see if that happens. As for Rico, he's backstage with the third member of our broadcast crew, Whitney Miller.
Thanks, Todd. I'm backstage with Rico as he prepares to take on Ismael Lazzar tonight. Tell me, how do you stay motivated, because you are the favorite going into this fight?
I always stay motivated because every opponent is dangerous, and especially an upcoming guy like Lazzar who wants to prove himself. So I'm focused.
We keep hearing he has massive power. Are you concerned about that at all?
No, not really. You know, all the heavyweights in our division punch and kick hard, so I don't think he's going to be more than average.
And any prediction on how this fight will end for us?
Poor prediction. It could be over in any round, so everybody better stay sharp.
That's right. Well, let's get it started.
Some of the biggest names in Dutch kickboxing have come to Den Bosch to be energized by the spirit of their fellow countrymen as Glory Sports International, the world's premier kickboxing organization, brings the Super Fight Series back to Holland. All of our bouts tonight sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association by Ron Korkmaz is with us ringside. To those with us live inside Brabant, Holland Den Bosch, are you ready for glory? We begin in the featherweight division. He was a bronze medalist in Bangkok at the WMF World Championships and now brings nearly 80 professional fights to the ring. He is Yetkin Azkul.
Yetkin Azkul, if you're a member of the Muay Thai community, you know all about this guy. In fact, he fought Senchai, widely regarded as the greatest Muay Thai artist of all time. He fought him twice and gave him a run for his money.
Yeah, and that's what makes him so exciting, is that he brings a lot of forward pressure. Although he does have a Muay Thai background, you'll always see him on the attack. He likes to favor his boxing, and some of his favorite techniques are some flying kicks.
You know, earlier we talked about all these exciting fights, Joe, but you think this one may steal the show right out of the gate?
Yeah, I called this as my early prediction of the fight of the night, as his opponent, Zachariah, is also that forward, fun to watch, spectacular throwing strikes fighter.
His spinning back fist and double knee knockouts are legendary throughout Europe and Asia. Here comes Zachariah Zugari.
Another man making his Glory debut tonight. He'll be throwing as hard as he can. We've seen it in the past. 15 wins by knockout. He normally wears long pants, Joe, but tonight he's in shorts. What is it about the long pants that he likes so much?
He wears the tights, and that style is from one of his coaches, which is Andy Sauer. And those who watch kickboxing through history know Andy Sauer was known for his pants, and this is one of his coaches. So he really looks up to him. He's also a shoot boxing champion like Andy Sauer, so Glory told him that he had to wear shorts and not pants today.
He is great with spinning back fists, flying knees, switch knees. He has the spectacular offense part of this sport down.
Yeah, he's explosive, he's aggressive, he's young. He's definitely the future of the sport, and I'm really excited to see him fight live. I've been watching his fights on YouTube for years, so excited to finally see him in the Glory ring.
Here is our tale of the tape in the featherweight division, 143 pounds, 65 kilos. How about Zugari, only 22 years old?
He's young, and this fight's about Zakaria really trying to make sure he really shows that he can handle these bigger fights, more experienced fighters, but you got to look at that beautiful win percentage for Zagari with a beautiful 54% knockout ratio.
Here are the rules. We've got 3 rounds, only 3 minutes each. You got to hit the ground running. Punches, knees, and kicks are the legal strikes. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in the fight, and it's over.
Well, in Holland tonight, 5 judges will be scoring the bout using the 10-point must system. We're looking for knockdowns, who inflicted the most damage, clean scoring strikes with spectacular techniques, and the fighter who gives more aggression.
And tonight we have open scoring, which means you will see the judges' scores after each round tonight. The fighters will be made aware of those as well, so it helps you with strategy, lets you know exactly where you stand in the fight. Tim Hughes now with the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Glory featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, a French and Turkish national champion. His record, 69 wins with 9 losses, 28 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He'll make his Glory debut tonight in Den Bosch. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, 1.65 meters, and he weighed in at fight time at 142.5 pounds, 64.8 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Turkey by way of Paris, France, he is Yetkin Ozku. His opponent standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, a well-traveled featherweight with a professional record of 28 wins, 3 losses, 1 bout scored even, and 15 career knockouts. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, 1.70 meters, and he weighed in at 141.5 pounds, 64.2 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, it's Double Z, Zakaria Zugari. Your referee for this contest is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like. Judge, time.
Yetkin Ozku, known as Turkish Dynamite, says he wants to break everything when he throws a punch. Let's see if he does it. He is in the black gloves. Double Z is in the white. You said this might be the fight of the night. What are you looking for?
Well, both of these guys are very explosive, so you're going to see Zugari really trying to set up that explosive power combination fighting. But that experience of Ozku is going to give him a hard time on the inside.
Nice 1-2 combination from Ozku.
He just attacked the body with a nice left hook and a spinning back kick now. Sorry, spinning hook kick.
Nice kick in the backside there from Zugari. But look at Ozku splitting the guard with those punches.
Good counter low kick.
It's one of those flying knees we told you we'd see from Zugari. I don't know if I've ever met a 22-year-old who's as confident as Zugari is with his skills.
Well, he's traveled the world, has a lot of fights in Japan and China. And He's used to fighting on big stages internationally.
32 professional fights for Zugari as he backs Oskul to the ropes.
He landed a beautiful flying switch knee and then followed with punches, but Oskul came right back and countered with punches.
Both men making their Glory debut, and they want to shine. Big crowd here tonight in Holland. Nice low kick there from Zugari.
You know, I like those. He's definitely using a good job at trying to slow down the boxing.
And a right hand, is that going to be a knockdown? No. He's throwing a kick. So referee Paul Nichols said it was an off-balance slip.
Both guys really showcasing that spectacular spin kicks. Never know what to expect.
Left hand lands from Oskul. We're letting it all hang out here in round number 1.
So far, my fight of the night predictions coming through.
Nice timing there from Zugari. Knew the kick was coming, landed the right hand.
Zugari's staying really calculated right now.
This is a tough round to score.
They both had some good back and forth exchanges.
When Oskul throws to the head, he lands almost every time. And he wants more. Let's go, guys! Another flying knee as the crowd shows its approval from the only fight that doesn't feature at least one Dutch fighter.
This is a very close fight to call because you got to look at the boxing of Oskul doing a good job, where Zugari's doing a good job with those low kicks and countering back, throwing those flying switch knees. So I'm curious to see how the judges have this one.
Zugari, or rather Oskul, was born in Turkey, started Taekwondo at the age of 12, earned his black belt, decided, hey, I'm going to pick up Muay Thai now, move to Amsterdam and see what I can do. Now he fights out of France. Turkish Dynamite, who has 78 professional fights, 28 wins by knockout.
And only 9 losses to that record. Very impressive.
I think from what we've seen from both these fighters so far, no matter who wins or loses, the other fighter will be back in glory very soon. Love this style. Fight! Again, Oskul wearing the black gloves, Zugari in the white. These are the official judges' scores. Zugari wins round number 1 despite the punching power and prowess of Oskul.
Oskul's calling him on. Nice footwork from Zugari. There's that low kick we saw in the first round.
Zugari looks faster, does he not?
Zugari's explosive. But I'm trying to see who the punching power seems to go to Oskul.
Ooh. How often do you encourage fighters to throw those type of kicks? It obviously takes a lot of energy to get one of those off.
Well, these featherweights can go for days, but you want to set them up properly. What's the biggest concern for me is that they put you in a difficult position after. It opens you up, makes you vulnerable. So I like to use it more as a surprise attack rather than too frequent. But Zugari keeps throwing that flying switch left knee. He's got a few knockouts like that on his career.
That was Andy Sauer, the coach of Zugari.
Two-time K1 Max champion, a lot of experience in that corner.
Oh, and down! Wait, his glove touched the ground, I believe. That should have been perhaps a knockdown, but look at that again. Either way, Oskul is hurt, but he says he's not.
There goes a spinning back fist from Zugari.
If part of your body touches the ground besides the bottom of your feet, should be a knockdown if there was a landed blow, a significant strike.
He keeps calling Zugari on.
An entertaining fight to say the least here from the featherweight division. Right. Fight. Oskal keeps calling Zugari on, and Zugari says, "How much more do you want me to do, man?"
He just ate a hard right hand there.
A big right.
Zugari's baiting him in there. Then he's gonna mix in that switch left knee. Beautiful.
And a right and a left, and now Zugari starting to find the target.
Excellent round for Zugari.
Double Z, they call him. He has lived up to the billing so far.
He's exciting to watch, and this is what I was telling you. This kid has a lot of potential. And let's take a look at this exchange. Set up with a low kick. You can't see the glove there, but it looked like it touched the canvas.
Let's see if we can get another angle of that, another working hard in the truck. Let's see if that glove does indeed touch the ground.
Follows the low kick.
Boom.
Bang, left hook.
You saw Paul Nichols look at it close.
Well, he plays it off well. He's telling Zugari to keep coming, regardless if it landed or not. He wants more. He wants more action. He wants those exchanges.
We're about to see the official judges' scorecards. We saw after round one that Zugari had won all the judges' scorecards. There's Cisco Elston, former San Antonio Spur and a Dutch basketball player. I guess a legend in this country. You make it to the NBA and you're from Holland, you're a legend. Round three now. 3 minutes to go between Zugari and Oskal. And there goes Oskal to the ground again. Paul Nichols says no, was not a knockdown. And there are the judges' scores. So Zugari has won both rounds according to all 5 judges. So Oskal needs a knockdown here if he wants to win.
And it looks like it can come from that right hand. He's going to try to time those low kicks from Zugari and land that right hand.
And Zugari looks like he's having fun in there too.
That's what Oskal needs to do. Keep throwing those power punches. Try to catch Zugari while he's throwing those knees or low kicks. That left hook again.
Yeah, Zugari has to be careful. Oskal does have some big punching power. Trying a flying knee. I don't think so, Oskal.
Gotta try.
He's trying to sell it good. Look at the punches. 61 landed from Zugari compared to 27 of Oskal.
Zugari started well with low kicks. Now he's finding his range with his boxing and the way he's hitting that body and mixing levels with his punches, using angles in his footwork. Very impressive.
Zugari says, "You come to me for once. I'm beating you, pal." Oh, and a right hand lands from Oskal. They're both opening up now.
He's still taking punches. He's forgetting his guard.
He's saying, "Hit me in the face," keeping his hands low. Like Ricardo Mayorga from boxing. I'll give you a couple free shots.
Well, he's got to call him on. He's got to do something big in this round if he wants to take the win.
Also, Mark Hunt and Ray Seppo. Remember that battle. Hit me in the face, I'll hit you in the face.
If I'm Oskal here, I would be looking to counterpunch a little bit more. Zugari tends to drop his hands a little bit when he kicks. That's when Oskal needs to capitalize on his aggressive boxing. He's tried it there.
Oh boy, Oskal's getting close, isn't he? He needs the knockdown. Double jab, triple jab, quadruple jab.
They There you go. It's Ozgold trying to draw him in, taunt him, trying to get Zugari to open up, but he's got 10 seconds to put some combination punches together.
What a performance from Double Z in his Glory debut. Outstanding fight, and it may very well be the fight of the night. Great reception here from our jam-packed crowd in Den Bosch.
Both of these guys put an excellent performance like I predicted. These are the fights, and let me tell you, the featherweight division is starting to shape up to be the best divisions in Glory.
We're going to go back to that knockdown, or so we thought it was, but it was ruled a non-knockdown by Paul Nichols. Look at the glove right there.
Yeah, that's a knockdown. His hand touched the canvas, but it looked like...
So will that come into play? Will it matter? According to the scores we've seen so far, probably not, but you never know. The official decision when we return. While we have a quick moment, let's get you educated on the Glory rules.
Glory Kickboxing is the most action-packed fight sport on the planet. Legal strikes are punches, kicks, and knees.
Regular bouts are 3 rounds. Championship bouts are 5, and each round is 3 minutes of action. Outfight your opponent for 10-9. Knock them down for 10-8. In a normal bout or tournament final, 3 knockdowns in 1 round or 4 in the entire bout, and the fight is over by TKO. In a tournament semi, 2 knockdowns in 1 round or 3 in the entire bout, and it's all over. Or you can just knock your opponent out. Sweeps, elbows, and grappling are not allowed. Clinching is okay if you follow up with a knee. Glory rules are designed to bring non-stop, fast-paced stand-up action. To find out more, go to glorykickboxing.com.
Welcome back here to Den Bosch, Holland, and what a fight it was in the featherweight division.
Yeah, these are the highlights that we like to see over and over again. Both guys really laid it out there, trying to make this fight as spectacular as possible. It was the early boxing of Ozgold that seemed to be doing the biggest damage. Zugari started throwing some good punches. There was that knockdown that wasn't called. But as the second and third round progressed, it just showed how aggressive Zugari is. Started showing good boxing, trying to land that switch left knee multiple times, but it was Ozgold just continually calling him on, trying to bait him in, trying to go for that knockout.
At one point, Ozgold said, look, I'll let you hit me in the face free of charge, but that strategy did not seem to pan out very well. 137 total strikes landed by Double Z.
And you got to look at the strikes absorbed. That was Ozgold keeping his hands down, calling on Zugari to hit him. But let me tell you, great performance by both guys, and I would love to see both of them back.
The official decision now from Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here are the totals from our 5 ringside judges. They all see about the same and score it 30-27, a unanimous decision for your winner, Zakaria Zugari.
So Double Z showing his appreciation. You know, it takes a dance partner to have a fight this good. But let's look back at that knockdown that wasn't here. Paul Nichols perhaps maybe blocked there from his view.
But yeah, that was definitely, you never know how it is in the split decision making where your eyes are, but regardless, the winner is Zugari, and that was the right decision.
Double Z in the win column in his Glory debut. Congratulations to him. Coming up later, the long-awaited return of one of the most decorated lightweights in Glory, Marat Bouzidi, and he's thrown right into the fire against the all-out explosive attack of Michael Duke. But first, two sensational young fighters square off. Tizani Bestati puts his perfect glory record on the line against Youssef Assouk, who only has one professional loss and is making his glory debut, and it's next.
Oh, to the light heavyweight.
Saturday, June 10th, the top fighters in France take on the best of the rest of the world at Glory Super Fight Series Paris. Vive la France, and don't blink once as Glory brings 12 fighters across 4 divisions. French fighters Salvador, Emerlane, Kamayo, and Ladam, and international superstars Ambang, Adamchuk, and 2 Gregorians. Plus a huge welterweight headliner featuring Joanne Condolo. Glory Super Fight Series Paris, Saturday, June 10th. Don't miss it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now here come the lightweights. He fought on the undercard last month at Glory 40 Copenhagen. Please welcome Youssef Assouk.
Youssef Assouk making his glory debut on a main card here, but he has fought on the undercard not once but twice, both victories, and he's one of the rising stars in the kickboxing world.
Yeah, he did. He started at the first undercard at Glory 29, then again at Glory 40, but his fight at Glory 40 against Abdul Karim Jor was about the winner of that fight got the contract, so that's how he's in this fight with Bestati.
That's certainly a pressure-packed moment. You gotta win and you're in. That's what he did. Tonight, another very important contest for Youssef Assouk.
Undefeated in 2 prior Glory starts. He's coming off a TKO win in Brussels. Here comes Tizani Bestati.
Uh-oh. This can't be good for Tizani Bestati. His music's not playing right. He's faced more adversity than his song getting screwed up, I'll tell you that. He's only 19 years old, Joe, and he's one of your favorite young fighters in Glory today.
Yeah, he's just so cool. He gets the game. He trains hard. He comes from a great gym in Coliseum, and they spar so much. This kid has so much talent, and he has a gym surrounding him that allows him to continually get better in Coliseum kickboxing. They spar 40 hours a week, and you got to think this kid is sparring guys like Robin Van Roosmalen,
Jason Wilness.
You know, he has so much talent around him. Even legends like Andy, not Andy Sauer,
Peter Arts.
So many different people he's fought with. So let me tell you, this kid is the future. Let's hope they build him up right, and I can see him being a champion in the future.
He said he owes his kickboxing career to his sister because he saw her taking kickboxing classes and said, hey, I can do that. And here he is. Here's our tale of the tape. Tizani Bestati, Youssef Assouk, 19 years old versus 22 years old. And we're going to find out who the best young fighter in this division is.
And you got to think, I'm sure Bestati thought he would never fight someone as tall as him, but both of these guys almost have identical professional records, both with 13, both with a 92% win ratio, a slight advantage for Youssef in the knockout category.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this lightweight battle is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Fighting out of the black corner, trained in Muay Thai, he is a former amateur world champion. His professional record, 12 wins with just 1 loss, 7 of those wins coming by knockout. At 6 feet 2.5 inches, 1.89 meters, he weighed in at 153.5 pounds, 69.8 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Denmark, here is Yusuf Asweed. Here now is his opponent, standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner. This prolific amateur career came 6 Dutch championships. He has 12 wins and 1 loss as a pro with 5 career knockouts, undefeated in 2 prior Glory appearances. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.90 meters. He weighed in at fight time at an even 152 pounds, 69 kilos. He fights tonight out of Morocco by way of the Netherlands. Here is Tijani, the Wonder Boy, Bestati. And your referee in charge of this bout is Tobias Gerald.
Gentlemen, you know the rules. Respect my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight good, fight clean, fight hard. May the best man win. Touch glove if you want, and back to the corners. Judge.
These 2 fighters are so similar, almost the same age, same height, same weight, same record, Joe. Who do you give the edge to?
Well, I'm going to give the edge to Bestati just for having a little bit more experience in high-level fights, but don't count out Asweed.
Bestati in the white gloves, Asweed in the black, both with Moroccan heritage as well.
And one of the big things you're going to see with Asweed is he constantly changes stances, very unpredictable. Ooh. He'll go southpaw, orthodox, so watch him to constantly switch stances like he's doing.
Bestati usually starts well. We saw that in both his Glory wins against Andre Brule and Sabri Ben Hina. Ducks down, oh, got caught with a spinning back fist right on the button.
He followed that missed kick with a back fist.
6, 7, 8. Keep your hands up.
He never saw it coming. Beautiful stuff from Asweed, who goes right back to a kick now.
Let's see, this is where Bestati's going to learn the most in his career.
He's got to face adversity here. And Asweed is unloading in the corner. Bestati backing up, but he's still not right. His legs aren't there.
There goes a front kick from Asweed, who's making a beautiful start to his main card Glory debut.
Asweed promised to shine here tonight, and so far, he's doing just that.
And he called for it. He says, what I do best is I'm unpredictable, and that spinning back fist came out of nowhere.
Both these fighters extremely tall for their weight class. They're not used to fighting someone their own size. Is that a knockdown? No, a push ruled by our referee.
Bestati's putting more forward pressure on. Probably recovered from that knockdown.
Certainly looks better than he did 30 seconds ago.
Asweed going back to the head with those kicks.
Spinning kick to the body now from Asweed.
You'll never know what stance he's in. You see him right now in orthodox. While he's striking, he switches. So Bestati doesn't really know which kick's coming from which side.
You saw the warning there to Asweed. You can do a spinning back fist, but the glove has to hit your opponent, not your forearm or elbow.
Asweed back as a southpaw.
Oh, left hand! A huge left hand from Bestati, and Asweed is down.
What a change of events.
5, 6, 7, 8. Are you okay?
We're entering round of the year territory here. If we can see another knockdown. Bestati going for the finish. Oh, but a knockdown, no! Tobias Gerald says it wasn't a knockdown.
Bestati's coming heavy with his punches.
10 seconds to go. Asweed, still not 100%, eats an uppercut. What a round! Fantastic stuff from Asweed and Bestati.
2 surprise knockdowns out of nowhere. They weren't set up, they were just bang out of nowhere.
Let's look at the first knockdown from Yusuf Asweed, Joe.
Yeah, he looked like he came with a kick. He spun around, missed it, and came right with a spinning back fist. Beautifully done. Bestati did a good job at slipping under that kick, but beautiful timing and follow-up with that spinning back fist. Here's that second knockdown that Bestati landed. Beautiful left hook set up with that straight right. Puts the straight right to the body, left hook to the head. Beautiful combination, Bestati.
So is that a 9-9 round? How do you score that, Joe?
Wow, but I don't know. This is just incredible back and forth action.
It's open scoring, so we'll find out the judges' scores here momentarily, but an extremely entertaining round one as we say hello to Stephanie for the first time, one of our beautiful Glory girls. Round two, there's no way they're topping round one.
Man, even with Zugari in this first fight, these young fighters are putting on some amazing performances.
These first two fights were supposed to be the appetizer, right? And there's another spinning back fist.
Yeah, he follows after he misses his kick. He likes to follow with that spinning back fist, which is working beautifully.
Still waiting to see those judges' scores. They're tabulating them now.
Still impressive to see Bestati slip under those.
Bestati with a 10-9 round according to all 5 judges.
Well, the winner of the round gets 10, so judges gave Bestati the first round.
You would think at least one judge would score it a draw.
Good angling out from Tajani, which is looking to land some of his hands right now.
And a left hook again from Bestati. Sam's been his best punch of the night.
It's the same combination, right straight to the body, follow left hook. That seems to be his money shot.
And that's the corner of Bestati. Dan from the Coliseum, his trainer, who told us point blank, listen, this is an even Steven fight. It's going to be tough for us to win this, and it's been exactly that. There's a right hand and a left hook. And now, a sweep down again, and he may not get up.
That looked like from a right hand this time.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Good combination fighting with Bestati going to the low kick. Well, that sweep's covering his head. Bestati's throwing his kicks. That's just showing how much this kid is evolving in his short Glory career so far.
Obviously a sweep still dangerous. Bestati cannot afford to let his guard down.
I'm telling you, every time you see Bestati, he's improving. In a lot of his other fights, we saw him get very aggressive with his boxing after knockdowns. But look how calm he is now, picking his strikes, hitting the body, mixing low kicks, showing good experience.
Nice switch knee from Bestati.
A sweep staying southpaw. Good counter kick.
Boy, this crowd has certainly been given some fantastic action through our first 2 fights, 5 rounds. Knockdowns all over the place. 2 of them coming against a sweep.
Bestati keeps doing a great job with his boxing. There he's throwing his right hook, follow left hook. There was that short right hand is the one that did that knockdown. So his first knockdown was with a left hook, second one with a right. Just showing his advantage in the boxing category.
Sweep took some heavy punches, but was able to get up. Here comes that left hook, right hand.
Right on the chin, nice short right hand, beautiful.
So Bestati won round 1, 10-9. The judges will most likely score that 10-8. So a sweep pretty much needs a knockout here in our 3rd and final round.
Well, Asweek seems to have the advantage in his kicking, so I like when he's southpaw and throwing his kicks.
It's been a great fight. Bestati and Asweek. Bestati just 19, Asweek 22 years old. Seems like both these men will have great careers in this sport. Maybe they'll meet again somewhere down the line.
Oh, I guarantee that.
So how does Asweek get that knockout that he most likely needs?
Well, I would like to see him a little bit more outside using his kicks. Right now he's trying to pressure with his hands, but that's what he needs to do. Mix in those kicks, try to throw some high kicks and good counters.
I don't think you need me to tell you what happened there, but let's show you exactly what did. Ooh, from behind, you don't see that too often.
Oh, that's one of the first times I've seen that.
Some long toes there on Asweek. So on we go here. 2 minutes to go in round 3. A low blow from behind. Look at the total strikes landed for Bestati, 82 to Asweek's 37.
His combination fighting is impressive. He just doesn't throw in singles. He'll mix up levels with his punches, mix his punches with his kicks, then all of a sudden he mixes in knees. Strike selection is really good.
Now it's Bestati going with some high kicks.
Nice left kick from Asweek. Nice head movement from Bestati.
A spinning back fist is what put Bestati on the canvas in round 1. Maybe that's to ticket again here in round 3 for Asweek. Throw the kick, misses, follow up with a spinning back fist.
He has 45 seconds. He needs to push the pace, but Bestati's just controlling the ring. Still has power in all of his strikes.
Half minute to go. You see Bestati, maybe was he trying to listen to his corner or look at the time?
I think he was showboating that he missed and slipped that punch.
That right hand didn't miss.
It's his combination fighting. He doesn't rely on one punch. After he lands one, he's got 2 or 3 following.
Oh, he wanted that spinning back fist again. But Bestati wisely got out of dodge. Fantastic fight here in Den Bosch between Youssef Asweek and Tijani Bestati. And Bestati, despite being knocked down, was clearly the more skilled and better fighter.
And every time he fights, there's always something that he has to learn. In his first fight, he got caught at the end of the fight, so he learned something from that fight. Same thing with this fight. He's so young that every moment in the glory ring is a valuable moment for his career.
The official decision when we return to the Netherlands. Still to come tonight, Myrtle Gruenhart gets back in the glory ring. He hoped it would be for a world title shot, but it was not to be. Here's his thoughts on that.
I'm going to send a big message. That's why I told these guys, don't get scared, just fight when you're in Glory Paris. The ones get the belt, you know, Don't get scared because I'm the next you're gonna fight. And I'm telling them right now, I'm the next you're gonna fight. Don't get scared because I'm coming for all of you. I'm coming for everything. I'm gonna take your soul.
Well, he first painted this picture that he was the next line for the title fight, but he's going to be waiting after Doumbé and Nicky in Paris. But he's got a big test later on tonight.
He's going to take his soul. That's next level scary. We're back here in Den Bosch in an outstanding fight between Tijani Beztati and Tijani Beztati and Youssef Asweik.
Yeah, and it started off early with that knockdown from Asweik with that spinning back fist, and we thought Beztati was in trouble, but he scored a nice left hook knockdown in the first round of himself. But in the second round, Beztati just started to take over. Really started to land good punches, mixing levels with his strikes, and I was just so impressed with how composed he was. You know, even being down in the first round, he was able to collect his mind, collect his thoughts, and come back and score a good victory.
It was a great night for the Wonder Boy, despite being knocked down. Look at the punches. 75 landed for Beztati.
And he was going after that head of Asweik with that boxing, but he did well because he set it up to the body, and that's what impressed me the most with those knockouts. Beztati's level changes with his boxing.
Let's send it into the ring now, and Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here are the totals from our 5 ringside judges. All 5 seed about the same and score it 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision, Tijani Beztati.
Tijani Beztati, undefeated in glory, and they keep saying they want to take it slow with this guy. They don't want to rush him into a title opportunity, but how long can they hold him back, Joe?
Well, who knows, because I like the idea that they're building him up, because a lot of times in kickboxing, you throw these young guys to the highest level, you know, they don't get that win, it can be discouraging, but I think they're doing the right thing with Beztati. These aren't easy fights, and let me tell you, building them up slowly would be a great thing for the sport.
Still to come, the most contentious matchup on the entire card. Motor Gruenhart almost got into an all-out brawl yesterday at the weigh-ins against Alan Scheinson. There he is. It's the Netherlands versus Argentina in the welterweight division. But up next, Murat Bouzidi says he never takes a backward step, but neither does his opponent. It's Bouzidi versus Michael Dute in what could be our fight of the night, and there's a lot of competition already for that. Saturday, June 10th, the top fighters in France take on the best of the rest of the world at Glory Super Fight Series Paris. Vive la France, and don't blink once as Glory brings 12 fighters across 4 divisions. French fighters Salvador, Tamerlane, Kamayo, and Ladam, and international superstars Ambang, Adamchuk, and 2 Gregorians. Plus a huge welterweight headliner featuring Joanne Kondralo. Glory Super Fight Series Paris, Saturday, June 10th. Don't miss it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here come the light heavyweights. His last outing earned Fight of the Year with Daniel Ilunga at Glory Collision. Here comes Michael Dute.
Michael Dute wasting no time. He's got that mentality of I'm going to get you or you're going to get me.
And we've had a conversation many times on our podcast, Todd, about who your favorite fighter is, and you always tell me it's Michael Dute.
What's not to love Michael Dute? Perhaps his defensive insufficiencies aren't that great, but as far as offense is concerned, it doesn't get more exciting than that man right there.
This man helped Mark Glory's return to Amsterdam a year and a half ago and is a winner of 4 of his last 5 bouts. Here is Morad Bouzidi.
Well, this is some relaxing music. Michael Duke came out like a car was chasing him. Morad Bouzidi is headed to the beach.
Well, total opposites, but let me tell you, Morad Bouzidi is one of the most experienced fighters in kickboxing as a whole. This guy was on a 4-fight win streak before losing to Moicasa, but not only is he a light heavyweight, he's fought the best in the heavyweight division. Let me give you some of his opponents' names. He's fought Gokhan Saki, Peter Aerts, Daniel Guida, Badr Hari, Earl Zimmerman. So this guy has not only been a top in the light heavyweight division, he's fought the best heavyweights in the world from all the way back from Glory to Brussels.
And before his loss to Zach Moicasa in June of 2016, he had won 4 straight. So don't sleep on Morad Bouzidi, who has the silent power. In fact, that's his nickname. It's a light heavyweight bout, 209 pounds the limit, 95 kilos. Michael Duke only 27, but in fight years, he's more like 67 considering the wars he's been in.
Yeah, he's always going to leave it out there, but Bouzidi has that experience, and it's going to be difficult for Duke to use that volume aggressive striking against a man who has 104 professional fights, who's very calculated, who's got good punches and low kicks. So this is another fight that I could predict as the fight of the night.
According to the odds from MMA Lines Breakers, Morad Bouzidi a minus 140 favorite against Michael Duke.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Glory Light Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He burst onto the Glory stage with wins in London and Milan. His professional record, 40 wins with 7 losses, 17 of those wins coming by knockout. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.91 meters, he weighed in at 207.5 pounds, 94.3 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Michael, the Dream Crusher, Duke! Here now is his opponent, standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner. A WKN European champion and also 2-time world champion. His professional record, 79 wins, 23 losses, 2 bouts scored even, and 34 career knockouts. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.86 meters, he weighed in at 208.5 pounds, 94.6 kilos. Fighting out of Tunisia, ladies and gentlemen, here is Morad, the Silent Power, Bouzidi. And the third man in the rump, your referee, is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Good luck to both of you. Touch gloves if you like. Back to the corners.
Michael Duke said he'll knock out Morad Bouzidi because Bouzidi has a glass jaw. What are your keys to glory here?
Well, for Duke, it's to use that aggressive striking. Put the pressure on right away and keep on Bouzidi. Where Bouzidi needs to stay technical, stay defensive to weather that early storm of Duke and look to use his counterattacks.
Fight! So here we go in the light heavyweight division. Duke predicts a 3rd round knockout. Says it may take me a bit, but I'll get it.
And Bouzidi said he's not worried about that power or that aggressive striking of Duke. I'm going to stay in the pocket is what he said.
Duke has named his fists TNT and Dynamite.
I think he called them his friends too.
They're handy to have around. 17 knockout victories for Michael Duke, but Bouzidi has 34 wins by KO. It seems like someone will get knocked down.
What Bouzidi is doing, he's really covering his head for those punches and landing knees on the inside. Nice left hook low kick from Bouzidi.
That right hand landed from Duke.
Break.
Buziti, built like a brick house. 209 pounds the limit here in the light heavyweight division.
Break.
Buziti landed a good jab there. Rock Duke coming in.
See blood now streaming down the forehead of Michael Duke. After that 2016 fight of the year, Duke said it took me a couple months to get right. Let's see how right he is here.
Well, he's going to be tested here. Buziti's got a lot of power, especially on that inside. Buziti's left hook, right low kick is vicious.
Let's see where that cut is. Looks like maybe on the forehead.
Which could be a bad place for the vision of Duke.
I think Duke tried to blow out some of the blood on his nose and shot it right in the face of Paul Nichols, who did not appreciate it.
Duke showcasing some of his kicks. Changing levels with his boxing. Let's see if this cut woke him up.
Buziti was sparring with D'Angelo Marshall to prepare for this fight. Marshall winning our heavyweight contender tournament, Glory 41. He'll be fighting Benjamin Adegbuyi in New York City for a right to face Rico Verhoeven. And that might have been a headbutt from Duke.
1 point, headbutt. 1 point, headbutt. 1 point, headbutt.
Not a good start for Michael Duke here. Penalized a point.
Oh, it's not going to stop him. We've seen his style. But Buziti's doing a great job of staying very technical, blocking all of those aggressive punches of Duke and countering right back. He counters back with that left hook low kick every time.
So will it be a 10-8 round for Buziti? Here's where the cut happened, and it is indeed on the forehead, Joe.
Well, it happened after that jab. Oh, it actually looked like Buziti's elbow hit him on the way in. That was actually an elbow. There's the headbutt Duke got the point deduction for. But definitely from that cut, it looked like it was from the elbow of Buziti as he was coming in after that jab. So let's see how this cut affects him.
An emotional corner there for Michael Duke.
Well, he has the very experienced Melvin Manhoff.
There's the mayor, Tom Rombouts. He's the mayor of Den Bosch, or Den Bosch. Tomato, tomato. As we get ready for round two, we say hi to Maddie, one of our beautiful Glory girls. You can see them at glorykickboxing.com. A reminder that this is an open scoring night here in the Netherlands. We'll see the judges' official scores. There they are, a 10-8 round one for Buziti, thanks to that point deduction.
But I'm just very impressed with the defense of Buziti. He's being defensive and very effective with his counters. Dude's trying to pull him into a brawl, which is a good strategy because Buziti's just staying really defensive.
Just see the way that Dude holds his gloves. He just is ready to let those fists go flying.
You understand the rules here, guys? It's not for me to break you. You break yourselves. Okay? Timing. Fight!
Paul Nichols trying to keep the action going.
Well, he's really had to step in and uses his refereeing experience here.
This isn't boxing. You can't hold like boxing. You've got to get out of the clinch immediately.
Well, I think Dute's pissed off that he feels Buzini's causing the clinch.
Duke talking trash on the inside. Fight! Nichols may have to deduct a point from somebody here if they keep it up. Now Buzini trying to throw knees in the clinch. Normally these dirty type of fights are the ones that Duke excels in.
It's because Buzini doesn't want to back up. He's staying in close. I think Paul Nichols might give another point deduction.
Warnker. 1 point, clinch. 1 point, clinch. 1 point, clinch. Time in.
Well, Duke said he was going to win this by knockout, and he's going to have to, because it seems like winning on the judges' scorecards is near impossible after 2-point deductions.
Melvin Manhoff's freaking at Dude in the corner, telling him to stay focused. He's losing control of his emotions. But you can see it's Dude that's grabbing around the waist of Buzini.
I think he may be calling this fight over. It is over. It is over. Duke penalized to the point where he has been disqualified, Joe.
Well, there was headbutts, excessive clinching, so Paul Nichols had to step in and call this fight off.
It's a win for Buzini, but not the way he wanted it. And we hate to show replays of clinches, Joe, but that's the story of the fight.
Well, I mean, some fights cause clinches, and Buzini was really trying to get on the inside, where Buzini played the game right. In the clinch, he opens up his hands to show that he's not clinching, where Dude ends up clasping his hands behind, and that's what referee Paul Nichols keeps seeing. Buzini's hands up, where Dude's hands were clasped behind Buzini.
So Michael Duke, fresh off the fight of the year, has one of the worst performances of this year, being disqualified because of excessive clinching. The official decision when we return here to the Glory Super Fight Series. Still to come tonight, Den Bosch's own Robin van Roosmalen squares off and faces Pet Panamaroon for the Featherweight Championship of the World. Here's RVB with Whitney Miller.
Robin, we are literally in your backyard. You can walk here from your gym. What does it mean to fight in your home city?
This is a real special moment for me. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to perform tonight.
You seem very calm, cool, and collected, like nothing's about to happen. But you said that you feel like a king without your crown. How do you get your crown back tonight?
I'm going to get my crown back to defeat my opponent tonight and show my own crowd a nice evening.
I heard you're looking for a knockout in the second round.
Yeah, I'm trying. If it comes fast, it comes fast. If it comes in the third, it comes in the third. But I'm trying to stop this fight, yeah, before the last bell.
Thank you, Robin. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're back here in Holland, and here are the highlights, and there weren't a ton of them.
Well, I think the big thing that got Dude's emotions all out of whack is that cut that happened where he felt he was showing Paul Nichols after the fight that it was Buzini's elbow, but constant warning first for a headbutt, and then he kept trying to go in there. And in that clinch, Paul Nichols had enough of it, waved off that fight, calling it a DQ win for Firat Buzini.
Paul Nichols telling us that after 3-point deductions, the fight is over. It's a disqualification He didn't have any other choice. Here's the official decision.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you watched it as it happened. We have an official time of 2 minutes, 18 seconds of that second round when our referee, Paul Nichols, steps in and waves this fight off. For your winner, by disqualification, Morad Bouzidi.
Well, Joe, a win's a win. And when you come out unscathed pretty much in a fight against Michael Duke, it's good.
Yeah, and he was very impressive. Bouzidi did a good job at weathering those aggressive punches of Duke, but it was that elbow from the first round that clipped Bouzidi, and Duke wasn't happy. Kept complaining about that elbow, saying, "They cut me." Showing that elbow. He wasn't able to control his emotions after that cut early on in the first round.
Duke pleading his case to Bouzidi, who's saying, "I don't care. I really don't."
And I think he's trying to explain that he was trying to wipe the blood off his head on Bouzidi's shoulder, but who knows?
Onward and upward. After 2 fantastic fights, we get a dud. Those are the odds, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you our next fight later tonight won't be a dud. Ruben van Roosmalen, the hometown guy. It's RVR versus everybody tonight. It's Panarung Kiat Mukau. The featherweight championship of the world is on the line. But coming up next, there he is, the Predator, Myrtle Grunhard, who says he's going to end Alan Scheinson in round 1 after their near brawl yesterday at the weigh-ins. As for Scheinson, he said, listen, he's right. There will be a knockout in this fight, but it's going to be me putting him on the canvas. Saturday, June 10th, the top fighters in France take on the best of the rest of the world at Glory Super Fight Series Paris. Vive la France, and don't blink once as Glory brings 12 fighters across 4 divisions. French fighters Salvador, Hammerlang, Kamayo, and Ladam, and international superstars Ambang, Adamchuk, and 2 Gregorians. Plus a huge welterweight headliner featuring Yoann Kondolo. Glory Super Fight Series Paris, Saturday, June 10th. Don't miss it.
It is time now for the welterweights. With over 50 career fights, he brings a 78% knockout ratio with him into the Glory ring. Please welcome out Alan Scheinson.
Earlier tonight, we saw Wonder Boy in action. Now it's Superboy, Alan Scheinson, who took this fight on relatively short notice, Joe, but he is not intimidated at all.
No, and you saw that from that early exchanges in the weigh-ins that they had, but I talked to him before the fight, and he's going to have to show, and he says, I'm going to show that I'm not scared of him, regardless what his experience in kickboxing record is. But what's impressive about Scheinson is that 77% knockout ratio. And again, talking to him before, he says he plans on using those low kicks to set up that knockout that he's planned in his head.
He's made the move from Argentina to the Netherlands. He trains out of Himmers Gym, and Nick Himmers, his trainer, says, my guy is ready for Grunhard.
This European and World Match Champion is coming off of a TKO victory at Glory 38 in Chicago. Here comes Myrtle Grunhard.
Yeah.
fighters bring out the flag of their home country. For Myrtle Groenhart, he's bringing out Ajax of Amsterdam, the football team or soccer team's flag. He's a big fan, and I'm sure many of the players on that team are watching him right now.
Myrtle Groenhart does have a lot of fans because of his exciting style, and Myrtle Groenhart brings a pressure style. He's from Mike's Gym, and Mike's Gym has a style of good forward pressure, good aggression, exciting fights, really like using angles and footwork, and Myrtle Groenhart is always going for the knockout, and he predicted a first-round knockout against Scheinsen.
Here's our tale of the tape in the welterweight division. Groenhart versus Scheinsen, 170 pounds, 30 years old. That's Myrtle Groenhart, the Predator, who has the edge in height and reach.
Well, he also has an advantage in professional experience with 89 professional fights versus the 52 of Scheinsen, but you can't count out Scheinsen based on that power record of 77%, but watch out for Myrtle's knees, watch out for his aggressive striking, especially with his boxing in his last fight versus Tongchai.
We didn't think there was a lot of animosity between these two, but then this happened yesterday at the weigh-in, and our stare down, Scheinsen gets right up in Myrtle's face, who shoves Scheinsen to the throat. They had to be separated. In fact, they almost got into it again. A few minutes later, had to be put in separate rooms, taken away in separate cars. And Groenhart said, listen, I'm changing my game plan, my strategy. I'm going for the kill in round one. I'm finishing the Superboy tonight.
This welterweight contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, this Argentinian national champion has won that championship in 3 separate divisions. His professional record, 48 wins with just 4 losses, 37 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 5 feet 11 and 1/2 inches, 1.81 meters, he weighed in at 168 and 1/2 pounds, 76.4 kilos. Here tonight in Den Bosch, fighting out of Argentina, ladies and gentlemen, it's Alan Superboy Scheinsen. His opponent is a 2-time Glory Contender Tournament champion. His professional record, 64 wins, 22 losses, 3 bouts scored even with 37 knockouts. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, he weighed in at 168 and 1/2 pounds, 76.6 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Myrtle, the Predator, Groenhart. Once again, your referee in charge of the Glory Ring is Tobias Jarrow.
Alan, Myrtle. Gentlemen, you know the rules. Respect my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight good, fight clean, fight hard. May the best man win. Touch glove if you want. Back to the corners.
They don't want, Joe, a lot of emotion involved here. What are the keys to glory?
Well, for Scheinsen, is going to control the center of the ring, show he's not scared of Myrtle's pressure, uses low kicks and his power strikes on the inside, where you're going to see Myrtle put the pressure on, mix up strikes, especially with that vicious left knee he has.
Scheinsen comes out and lands the first low kick. He's in the black gloves. The Predator, Myrtle Groenhart, in the white.
He feels his low kicks are going to do really well against Myrtle.
See Groenhart backing up, throwing punches, and there's one of the spectacular knees he's known for. Scheinsen with a big overhand right. And you can tell these two men absolutely hate each other.
Groenhart's doing what he promised, putting on that pressure early. Where Scheinsen's staying right back, countering right back, using those low kicks.
Mike Cassinger in the corner, Myrtle Groenhart. Groenhart wanted a title shot in Paris. Instead, he gets Scheinsen here tonight. We thought there might be a letdown for him, but after the weigh-in, he is dialed in.
No, he's definitely serious about this fight because he has to get past Scheinsen if he wants that title shot.
Shines in the Super Bowl. Boy, not in the Super Bowl yet. He has 52 professional fights, 48 wins, 37 by KO. That's a 77% knockout ratio.
That's why Myrtle still needs to respect that punching power. Coming in too aggressively can open him up.
Not a lot of technique so far from these two.
Looks like Shines trying to use some angles.
Shines fights with a scowl on his face.
Shines's corner keeps yelling, keep that left hand up. Because Myrtle is throwing some vicious overhand rights.
Joe, have you fought an opponent that you've really felt negatively about, and how did you handle that emotion if you did?
Well, no, I've never really had that. And regardless, it's a sport. You're trying to build a sport, and action and tension builds the sport and the fight. So,
but does that emotion affect a fighter's performance? Maybe he comes out a little hotter than he should.
Well, it depends the fighter you are. If you can control yourself and keep collected, it shouldn't affect you if you're a professional and sportsman.
Close round one here. Sheinson with 26 landed strikes. Grunhart with 18.
I like how Sheinson keeps stepping out and angling off versus that forward pressure of Myrtle.
Grunhart letting his hands fly towards the bell here. Landed a couple power punches. Wasn't enough to win the round. Oh, a late shot there from Sheinson. Be careful.
Well, that's what Sheinson had to do, and that's what he told me. Before that fight, he's like, I'm going to stand right back. I'm not going to move back. I'm going to show Myrtle I'm not intimidated, and that's what he did in the first round. Myrtle has been so decorated in the Glory Ring. This is a guy who's a 2012 K1 Max champion. He's had 2 title fights with Nicky Holtzkin. He's won 2 contender tournaments, so very experienced in the Glory Ring, where Sheinson is still new to the Glory Ring, and he's been training with Hemmer's Gym from Argentina. He debuted at Glory 37 in LA. Didn't get the win against Ben Mansour, but he's showing that he can stand and stay with the top in the welterweight division.
Grunhart, known as the Predator, that nickname comes from the huge dreadlocks he used to have, which made him look like the Predator from the action movie. And there's Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Round 2's coming our way now.
Ready? Fight!
So we're about to get the official judges' scores from round 1. That kick may have done some damage to Grunhart, or maybe he just slipped.
He looked at the canvas, could have easily been a slip.
And you can see 3 judges give it to Grunhart, 2 to Sheinson. So that late flurry from Grunhart did him well.
Well, Myrtle's staying in the corners. He needs to get out of there. Did he exhaust himself in that first round?
It's hard to tell if Grunhart is tired or if he's just playing possum. And look at the leg kicks. 15-0.
Sheinson has a really solid low kick. And he said most of his 77% knockout ratio came from, setting his hands up with his low kicks.
I've caught a lot of boxing matches, Joe, and some fighters say, hey, it took me 4 or 5 rounds to get my rhythm, to get in my groove. That's when I started finding my form. You don't have that luxury in kickboxing.
No, we call it the sprint. So you got to go in there, you got to establish your dominance and ring control right from the start. The punching power of Myrtle.
Oh, what a high kick. The glove touched the ground.
That looked like it touched again.
It was not ruled a knockdown, however.
I was saying the punching power of Myrtle looked to be out, but that high kick came out of nowhere.
And it landed flush. Nice job by Sheinson to bounce back from it.
And that was from such close range that Myrtle threw that. But you can continually hear Nicky Hemmers in the corner of Sheinson yelling, keep your hands up.
Nick Hemmers yelling from the corner, this is still your round to Sheinson. Scheinsen has really dominated in the total strikes category, but as far as pure power, it edges to Grunhard.
And you got to remember, judges are looking at damage. Well, if there's no knockdowns, it's damage. So what's doing more damage? Just because you're the more active fighter doesn't necessarily mean you win the round. Who's doing more damage?
But then there'll be those who say, look, Grunhard landed one great kick. The rest of the round was dominated by Scheinsen.
And he just landed a nice right hand too. Well, that's what makes judging very difficult.
And we'll have to watch that high kick again to see if the glove did indeed touch the ground. High kick again from Grunhard. And right now, total strikes. Scheinsen has landed more than twice the strikes that Grunhard has, but Grunhard has landed the more damaging blows for sure.
Well, he's landed more than double, thrown more than double, but look at these damaging shots. When Myrtle throws, he's doing damage.
And there are some of those patented knees, and now a couple headshots, power punches. Scheinsen's putting up the earmuffs. But he's staggering around. Be careful, Alan. Was it a knockdown, Joe? You tell me.
Well, let's see from this angle if we can see that glove. But Myrtle threw that left high kick just out of nowhere. Yeah, that right glove touched the ground.
Watch the right glove of the Argentine.
Boom, beautifully timed.
Hard to see from that angle, but the first angle,
you definitely see the glove touch the canvas.
Ooh.
It was just through the guard too. Nice sneaky left high kick from Myrtle.
It was partially blocked, but that shows you the power that Grunhard has. Oh, there's the glove right there. The right glove did indeed touch the canvas.
Well, that not called knockdown could mean a big win-or-loss for Myrtle.
We'll see the judges' scores after round 2. Again, Myrtle closed the round strong, just like he did in round 1. The final round here, Scheinsen in the black gloves, Myrtle Grunhard in the white. And the judges give it 5-0 there to Grunhard. So the totals now, as you can see, it's Grunhard who has the lead. Even if he loses this round by a single point, he will win the fight. And I think that's what his corner is yelling at him now.
You still have to take those Dutch classes you were talking about, Tad.
You're right. It's been a pretty good performance from Scheinsen.
Very impressive. He stayed in the pocket, continually countering back.
Oh, eats another head kick.
But that left kick from Myrtle just slides over the glove, and Scheinsen has no answer to it. And Myrtle's on the attack.
Grunhard going Neanderthal here.
In the second, I didn't think he had the energy, but he's found some in this third round.
Scheinsen landed a 1-2, but he just doesn't have the power that Grunhard possesses.
Well, not right now. Maybe in the first round. So he's relying a lot on his activity to try to steer the judges in his direction.
Total kick, Scheinsen, 31 landed to 11 from Grunhard, but a couple of those were to the head. And that's ruled a no knockdown from Tobias Gerald. He wanted that high kick again.
Myrtle missed that high kick and was looking at it for too long. Scheinsen came right back and countered.
At some points in this fight, Grunhard has looked absolutely exhausted, and the next thing you know, boom, head kick.
He just finds that energy, but he keeps missing that left kick, and Scheinsen keeps coming back with that low kick.
And another scowl from Scheinsen.
But in a minute, I don't know if those low kicks can do enough damage.
A left hand from Grunhard lands.
Nice body kick from Scheinsen.
Another entertaining fight here tonight. Our Glory Super Fight Series. We'll try and erase that Michael Duke fight from our memory, as he was disqualified against Murat Bouzidi. Jumping knee there from Grunhard.
And when Grunhard finds that you're hurt, or he thinks you're hurt, that's where he finds that energy. I think he's exhausted, but when he almost has you finished, he just lays it all on the line.
10 seconds left. This is where Grunhard usually comes alive.
No power left.
They both celebrate as if they've won the fight, but from the judges' scorecards we saw, that's almost impossible for Scheinson to do. The official decision in this welterweight battle when we return to the Glory Super Fight Series. Here's Valdemir, an actor from Holland.
I'm sitting ringside with Dutch actor Waldemar.
Yeah,
right?
Waldemar.
Waldemar. I knew I was going to get that one wrong. So tell me, you actually train, because you are in a series for fighting, MMA and kickboxing.
Yeah, it's called Fighters Heart, and for a couple of months, I think 2 times 7 months, I trained almost every day. Yeah, great. Great sport.
You're basically in fight camp. What do you think about these fighters tonight?
Man, I have so much respect for all the fighters tonight, and I think everybody's trying really hard and really looking out to the fight from Rico. Yeah, it's a great night.
Do you think we could ever see you in a judged kickboxing match?
I love to say yes, but no. Gray hairs already. But don't think so.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the match. Back to you, Todd.
Thank you, Whitney. Let's go to the highlights from our welterweight battle between Myrtle Grunhard and Alan Scheinson.
Well, in that first round, both of them came out very aggressive, like they promised. Grunhard said he was going to get that knockout in the first round, almost got it, but came in with that beautiful high kick where should have been called the knockdown, but Grunhard seemed to find energy in little bursts and almost finished Scheinson many times, but Scheinson kept good forward pressure, good combinations. He was the more active of the two. He landed more, but Myrtle seemed to do most of the damage.
Here are our final strike stats. Alan Scheinson wins that category, Joe, but is it enough to win the fight?
Well, according to the judges that we saw online, we'll see.
97 total strikes landed for Alan Scheinson. Both men ate a lot of headshots, but to the legs, no contest. Scheinson carved him up. 45 absorbed for Grunhard. Now the official decision, and Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. They give us back a split decision. Scoring this bout, 29-28 Grunhard, 29-28 Scheinson. And our 3 remaining judges score the bout 30-27 for your winner by split decision, Myrtle Grunhard.
So Myrtle Myrtle Grunhard promised a knockout, didn't get that, but landed some hellacious kicks to the head.
And this fight was about the volume and the activity of Scheinson versus the damaging strikes of Grunhard, and that took precedent, and there's Myrtle Grunhard on his way back to that title shot.
Still to come, it's our main event featuring the Glory Heavyweight Champion of the World. There he is, Rico Verhoeven, and he takes on the extremely motivated and highly dangerous Ismael Lazzar. But first, the Featherweight Championship of the World is on the line. Saturday, June 10th, the top fighters in France take on the best of the rest of the world at Glory Super Fight Series Paris. Vive la France, and don't blink once as Glory brings 12 fighters across 4 divisions. French fighters Salvador, Emerlane, Camayo, and Ladam, and international superstars Ambang, Adamchuk, and 2 Gregorians. Plus a huge welterweight headliner featuring Joanne Condolo. Glory Super Fight Series Paris, Saturday, June 10th. Don't miss it.
The only man to hold the belt in 2 different weight classes, Robin Van Roosmalen.
He is a mauler. He is a headhunter. He is a knockout machine.
Good luck to both of you.
And Roosmalen is always going to be up in your grill. You just got to deal with it.
And that body shot hurt.
And Embry's in big trouble. And he's calling a stoppage to the fight. Big John McCarthy says it's over. And he's known Muay Thai his whole life. That's all he knows. Here we go. Fight!
That left kick from his southpaw makes him very dangerous.
Just a big snap. You can hear it echo throughout this arena.
Contender tournament champion, Pat Panaru Kiatmukau. This bout, ladies and gentlemen, scheduled for 5 rounds for the Glory Featherweight Championship of the World. This 4-time Thai national champion is undefeated in 3 prior Glory starts. Please welcome Pat Panaru Kiatmukau.
What a moment for Pat Panaru Kiatmukau. Joe, he is just 21 years old and has a chance to be a world champion.
Well, not only is he 21 years old and could be the youngest Glory champion, he has over 185 fights to his career. He started fighting at age 9, so this is one of those situations where these Thai fighters are bringing that Muay Thai experience into the ring, and we've seen many successful Thai fighters do that, and one that Panaru trained with, Siddhichai, who also fought Robin Van Roosmalen 2 times before.
He has his sights set on being the first ever to simultaneously hold the belt in 2 different Glory divisions. He is Robin Van Roosmalen.
because he was stripped after failing to make weight in Los Angeles. Joe, he feels hard done on that decision. He won that match against Matt Embry and promises to expose and destroy Petcanarum Kiatmukau within 2 rounds tonight.
Yeah, and he's a fighter that you got to look at as one of the pound-for-pound best kickboxers right now. 2-division champion, even talked about possibly going to welterweight in the future.
Here is our tale of the tape. The featherweight championship of the world is on the line. Van Roosmalen versus Petcanarum. And the height and reach advantage slightly go to the Thai fighter.
Yeah, but it's going to be that size and physicality of Robin that's going to give Petcanarum a tough time. And it just shows how experienced Robin is in the ring. And you're going to see that 66% kick percentage for Kiatmukau, whose best weapon is his southpaw left kick. But look for Robin's counter punches and low kicks and aggressive style to be the difference.
Championship rules. We have 5 rounds, 3 minutes each. Punches, kicks, knees. Those are the legal strikes. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in the fight, and it's a TKO. Robin Van Roosmalen, a -375 favorite here tonight, according to Fight Odds.
And judges tonight in Holland, 5 of them will be using a 10-point must system. They're looking for knockdowns, most damage inflicted, clean scoring strikes with spectacular techniques, and a lot of aggression.
Open scoring in effect tonight. You've seen it all night long. After each round, the judges' official scores for that round will be posted on the screen, and the fighters will know exactly where they stand.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is 5 rounds for the vacant Glory Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, he is a Contender Tournament champion, also a 2-time World Muay Thai champion. His professional record, 156 wins with 35 losses and 2 bouts scored even, 25 career knockouts. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, 1.71 meters, he weighed in at 141.5 pounds, 64.2 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Thailand, here is the Professor, Petcanarum Kiatmukau. Here's his opponent, standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, a 2-time former lightweight champion and former Glory Featherweight champion. His professional record, 37 wins with 7 losses, 21 of those wins coming by knockout. At 5 feet 6 1/2 inches, 1.69 meters, he weighed in at fight time at 142.5 pounds, 64.7 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Den Bosch, the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Robin Pokerface Van Roosmalen. And your referee in charge of this championship bout is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any question? World title fight, I expect you to fight like a world title. Any questions? Touch gloves. Judge.
Petcanarum trying to become the youngest champion in Glory history. Van Roosmalen trying to beat down another man for his 3rd world title. Van Roosmalen in the white gloves, Petcanarum in black.
So the biggest difference is it's Muay Thai versus kickboxing. And you're going to really look at Petcanarum really try to use that left kick. But this isn't new territory for Robin, who's fought Sidichai twice, and Petcanarum even trained with Sidichai preparing for this.
Van Roosmalen said there's nothing Sidichai can teach Petcanarum that I haven't seen before. I will dispose of him by the end of round 2.
He feels his pressure is going to be the biggest difference, and what makes Robin very scary is those counter punches and counter low kicks. He stays in the pockets and counters right back.
Van Roosmalen, who's already won a world title in the weight class above this one, says he can be a welterweight champion as well. But right now, trying to get it done in the featherweight division.
Petcanarum's going to really use that left kick, and even talking with Sidichai before the fight, he thinks Petcanarum's left knee could be a solid weapon for him.
There's a knee right to the gut. although he doesn't have one, of Van Roosmalen.
Counters right back. Good. That's what Robin does very successful. He won't let you hit him without countering back.
Van Roosmalen not afraid to take the shot to give a shot. Made a career out of it. Usually he's the much smaller man trying to get inside, but they're about the same height here.
And the debate always with those left kicks is that they're hitting the forearm of Van Roosmalen. And there's always debates and controversy whether those are scoring or blocks.
Like an inside low kick knocked Van Roosmalen off balance. We'll know exactly how they're doing in this fight. Open scoring throughout this 5-round contest.
Nice left kick from Pepenamaru.
A 4-time champion in Thailand at Muay Thai. Pepenamaru looking for his first kickboxing title. If he beats Van Roosmalen, he's beaten one of the best all time.
Yeah, he's one of, Robin is definitely in that category for the top pound for pound right now.
Listen to the kicks there from Pepenamaru.
They seem to be slowing down the output of Robin, and that's what the judges got to be looking at.
Look at the right arm of Van Roosmalen. It's already cherry red.
But again, are those scoring or are they blocked?
They hurt, I know that. Another nice kick from Pepenamaru. And a right hand lands for Van Roosmalen at the end of round 1. How did you score that, Joe?
Well, I think it's, again, how do you score those? I think a lot of those were blocked, but they did slow down the output a little bit of Robin. But as a judge, you got to look at that forward pressure of Robin being an advantage for Robin. But I do give that advantage to Pepenamaru in that first round. I think he was more active and he slowed down the output of Robin.
Here are the keys to glory, according to Joseph Valtellini.
Well, for Robin, it's to keep constant pressure and keep countering back with those low kicks and punches like he's been doing in that first round, and try to pick up the pace a little bit more, where Pepenamaru needs to control the distance. Look for that left kick on the outside, that left knee on the inside, and make sure he's not a standing target. Don't let Robin get comfortable with his combinations, either clinch a knee or exit and throw that left kick.
Usually when we watch highlights, we look at them. For these kicks, let's listen to them. Well, we're back to real fight action here. Round 2 between Van Roosmalen and Pepenamaru for the featherweight championship of the world. Our judges, 2 of them given to Kiat Mukau, 3 to Van Roosmalen. And for those of you not familiar with Thai customs, that is not Pepenamaru's actual last name, Kiat Mukau. It's the gym he represents.
Yeah, they changed their names based on the camp they're in. So Kiat Mukau is his camp in Thailand.
So there can be more than one Kiat Mukau, but perhaps no Kiat Mukau will ever be as good as Pepenamaru. So 3 judges give round 1 to Van Roosmalen, 2 to Pepenamaru. Van Roosmalen, the second biggest favorite on the card tonight. Number 1 is coming up next. The heavyweight champion of the world, Rico Verhoeven.
Kiat Mukau is really trying to land that left kick as his main weapon. Seems to be slowing Robin down, but keeps coming forward, keeps stalking, keeps countering back. And that's scoring well, and that's why 3 judges gave him the first round.
A chance to be the youngest champion ever, Kiat Mukau, here in glory. I asked him why he made the switch to kickboxing. He was so successful at Muay Thai. He said the money. It's great money here. In fact, he would get the equivalent of $1 million Thai dollars if he wins this fight and then defends his world title fight. But $1 million Thai bucks, I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's not American. Still big money for a kid who grew up dirt poor in Thailand.
He wants to become an international superstar. He looks up and sees how Sidichai is, Buakaw, Yotsenklai, big international stars, and he wants to add his name to that list.
Well, if he can beat Robin van Roosmalen, he certainly earned it. Right now, his game plan is working pretty well. Kick, and more kicks.
Well, it's working well, but the judges aren't scoring it.
Oh, and a left hand backs van Roosmalen up.
Counter left straight again.
And a body shot for Pet Panamaron. 156 wins in the career of the Professor. Round 2, and that seemed to be a better round for Pet Panamaron. Will the judges give it to him, though?
Well, that was definitely a better round. He landed some good punches in that exchange. Kept throwing that left kick as well, so let's see how the judges are going to score this one. That looked like a little short right hand during the combination of Robin.
Now for our fighter profiles, we'll start with Robin van Roosmalen.
Well, you got to look at Robin, as I said, being one of the top pound for pounds currently, holding the lightweight title as well as the featherweight title. But his fighting style is explosive. Counter back, stays in the pocket, and using a lot of good counter inside low kicks today. But there's Pet Panamaron, the young, began training at 7 years old, only 19 now, looking to be the youngest champion.
We'll see the judges' official scores next. Round 1, 3 judges gave to van Roosmalen, 2 to Pet Panamaron. In round 2, the same thing, 3 to van Roosmalen, 2 to Pet Panamaron Kiat Buakaw. So there's your total here. Kiat Buakaw has some work to do. So van Roosmalen's prediction of a second round knockout has not come to fruition. Maybe he can do it in round 3.
The Panamaron's doing well, but looking at that scoring, like I said, these fights are very difficult to score in kickboxing. And I'm glad the judges are open scoring today, so you don't put me on the spot this time.
Well, you mentioned which fighter's doing more damage. We haven't seen a huge power shot landed from van Roosmalen, but some of those kicks from Pet Panamaron are echoing throughout this arena.
But again, they're on the forearm, so a lot of people have to look at that as blocks over scoring.
At least until van Roosmalen's arm falls off.
Well, it's tough to call. You got to look at it. It is slowing down Robin's attacking, but he is countering back. He is being aggressive, controlling the center of the ring. And that's what judges seem to be looking at.
Van Roosmalen letting his hands go a little bit here, perhaps for the first time. Another one of those kicks that makes such a great sound. At least if you're pulling for Pet Panamaron. And a push kick sends van Roosmalen to the canvas.
He's just so young, so composed.
Pet Panamaron said he always gets nervous before fights, but never more so than this. He was so honest with us, said, I've never been this nervous. It's the biggest fight of my life. Well, right now in round 3, he looks as relaxed as he could be.
Well, it's new rule set that makes it very difficult for him. He knows he needs to work and improve his boxing, and it's not up to where he wants it to be.
And he's also seen what van Roosmalen has done to his opponents. Just mows right through him. Most recently, Matt Embry. Total punches, van Roosmalen leads that category. We always thought he would. 38-23. But kicks, even more decisively, tilt towards the Professor.
Panamaron, what he does well is control distance.
Your thoughts on that decision?
Well, I'm not sure if he was given a warning, but I know Paul Nichols had a conversation with him in the back room to stay away from the clinch.
I'm sure some of Panamorong's fans, including the ones booing here, said, listen, you're a little quick on the trigger there. I can assure you Panamorong did not win that round, considering he was deducted a point.
Let's see what we saw here. He did initiate the clinch. If you're going to initiate the clinch, you need to throw a strike right away, but Panamorong wrapped his hands around the back and really didn't throw anything. Was it a little early? Who knows, but Paul Nichols did warn them in the back room, so let's listen in.
You know, Joe, You know, Joe, let's just say, and it could have happened, all 5 judges were going to give that round to Panamorong, but now with the point deduction, he loses the round. That could completely change the outcome of this fight.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with 2 of the judges have been scoring it for Panamorong, where 3 have been constantly giving Van Roosmalen the advantage.
One judge scores at 9-9, and that may have been a late knee. Van Roosmalen says, wait, he cannot knee me in the face when I'm on the ground. So far, one judge has it even. The other 4 give it to Van Roosmalen. Bottom line, Panamorong has to win these next 2 rounds.
Yeah, he needs to win these 2.
Nice 1-2 there from Van Roosmalen.
Well, the no clinch point deduction could be a big advantage for Robin because Panamorong is going to be nervous in that range to clinch again, which is going to help open up the boxing of Van Roosmalen.
Look at the redness and the welts all over the back, the rib cage, and the arm of Van Roosmalen. Boxing versus kicking. You see the strikes landed.
Well, on paper, you thought Van Roosmalen had a big advantage, and a lot of people thought he was going to walk past Panamorong. But Panamorong's doing a good job at establishing that left kick and staying busy with it and avoiding those big power punches of Van Roosmalen.
Not only is that kick powerful, but it is so quick. Just like that.
I feel he needs to change angles, levels a little bit more with that kick. Instead of constantly going to the arm, which could be counted as a block, going to the inside low kick, the back leg, or the high kick could be a better option.
This is one of those fights that Robin Van Roosmalen is going to be feeling tomorrow all over his left side, or his right side, rather. Who's the hardest kicker you've ever been in the ring with?
That's a tough question. I can't even think of that. I'm usually the one kicking people, so.
You're the hardest kicker in there, huh? You would think Panamorong's left leg would begin to start to hurt.
After 185 fights, I don't think he feels anything in that left shin anymore.
Let's listen in to Ruben Van Roosmalen's corner here. They do speak some English.
Well, the big discussion here is what's doing more damage? Is it those left kicks from Petpanemarum or those counter punches and low kicks from Van Roosmalen?
We'll have a clear view on what exactly is happening in this fight as we see our judges' score totals heading into round 5. The 5th and final round. Three minutes to go for the featherweight championship of the world. Again, 3 rounds. Give it to Van Roosmalen, 2 to Kiat Mukau. We'll look at the totals now. And it seems that Kiat Mukau will at least need a knockdown.
Well, that's why he needs to change levels with those kicks. Take that left kick to the head or to the leg. That's how he's going to get his knockout.
Either way, a great performance for Kiat Mukau. Many people thought he wouldn't last the entire 5 rounds.
It's a very technical fight.
And now Van Roosmalen trying to be the bully.
Letting his hands go on the inside, mixing in hooks and uppercuts.
He knows a left kick's coming. There it is, and another one. Under 2 to go. Left hook to the body for Van Roosmalen. And remember that point deduction in round 3, which gave the entire round to Van Roosmalen, could have gone to Kiat Mukau. We'd have a completely different fight right now.
This is a very interesting fight, and Robin's been in a lot of these types of hard-scoring fights, especially against Thai fighters. And this will be the ongoing debate on the arm kick scoring.
If I remember correctly, all 5 judges gave it a 10-9 round for Van Roosmalen, which meant it would have gone 10-9 the other way for Petpanemarum had he not been deducted a point.
I think one judge gave it a 9-9 round.
Less than a minute to go. Can Petpanemarum land a decisive left kick, perhaps to the skull of Van Roosmalen, to send him down and out?
5 rounds, constant pressure from Van Roosmalen.
Total strikes are very close. 131 landed for Petpanemarum, 129 for Van Roosmalen. Right hand snaps Petpanemarum's head backwards. 10 seconds to go.
Both trying to exchange in the last 10 seconds.
And that is it. We have a new featherweight champion, but who will it be? According to my math, it has to be Robin Van Roosmalen. Boy, his right side of his body is mashed potatoes. He endured a lot of pain to get, hopefully, a lot of pleasure as the new featherweight champion. The official championship decision when we return. Saturday, June 10th, the top fighters in France take on the best of the rest of the world at Glory Super Fight Series Paris. Vive la France, and don't blink once as Glory brings 12 fighters across 4 divisions. French fighters Salvador, Amerlane, Kamayo, and Ladam, and international superstars Ambang, Adamchuk, and 2 Gregorians. Plus a huge welterweight headliner featuring Joanne Condolo. Glory Super Fight Series Paris, Saturday, June 10th. Don't miss it. Welcome back to Den Bosch as we jump into our highlights from this featherweight championship bout.
And from round 1 to round 5, it was a similar kind of fight. It's Robin trying to control the ring, put constant pressure on, where Penrose just constantly kept distance, throw left kicks, tried to clinch up on the inside to use his knees. But it's always back to that scoring of how do you score those arm kicks. And I know Twitter's going all over the place deciding who thinks they should have won. And these fights are very difficult to score, and I'm definitely happy about the open scoring where I don't have to be put on the spot to call the winner of this one.
Oh, I can still put you on the spot. Who won, Joe? Who do you think won?
Well, we saw some scoring, and I'm going to go with you, Robin, based on the scoring that I saw.
Way to ride the fence, Joe.
Easier that way.
The final statistics, as close as it gets. Look at these scores. Total strikes landed, 143 for Panamrung, 140 for Van Roosmalen. Strikes absorbed. To the head, those were punches. To the body, those were kicks. Who's leaving Den Bosch as the featherweight champion? Let's find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here are the totals from our 5 ringside judges. One judge scores this bout even, 47-47. One scores it 48-46. One has it 50-44. And our 2 remaining judges score the bout 49-45 for your winner by majority decision. And now, Glory Featherweight Champion of the World, Robin Van Roosmalen. Here to present the Glory Belt, our Managing Director of Sports, Mr. Cor Hemmers, and Glory Chairman, Pierre Anderon.
A 3rd world title for Robin Van Roosmalen, and he certainly earned it tonight. Whitney Miller is standing by with the champ.
First of all, congratulations. Everybody give it up for Robin Van Roosmalen, your featherweight champion. Robin, I have to ask you, because his kicks echoed throughout this arena, how is the right side of your body feeling right now?
Do you see any spots? I don't. So I think I blocked them all.
I see some.
The body kicks are on the body, not on the arms, right? That was what the rules were. I blocked them, I counted them with kicks, and I see through my body, I see nothing. So.
Well, tell me, describe your emotions as you stand here in front of your home city as the belt is wrapped around your waist.
Excuse me, can you ask this to them? I didn't hear because somebody was talking shit.
How do you feel with the belt wrapped around your waist in front of everybody in your hometown?
I feel happy. I feel like I never lost the belt, so I'm happy it's back. I wanted to do a better performance to my hometown, but I won the belt, so I'm happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Van Roosmalen, give it up one more time for your champion.
Not sure what those boos were all about. Van Roosmalen endured a lot of punishment, but dished out plenty of his own too.
Yeah, he was countering back. Like I said, these are fights that are very difficult. I think there should be a lot more rules educated on that arm kick and kickboxing, but there you go. 2-division champion, back as the featherweight champion, RVR.
Robin Van Roosmalen, what's next for him? He's in a red-hot featherweight division. Plenty of title challengers on the horizon who want to crack at that belt. Well, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's our heavyweight super fight. Rico Verhoeven and Ismail Azar.
heavyweights out like it's nothing.
Half of his career wins have ended inside the distance. Tonight, he steps up for the ultimate challenge. Here is Ismael Lazar.
He has a body type more suitable for a shopping mall Santa Claus than a world-class athlete, but that's exactly what Ismael Lazar is. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Massive one-punch knockout power, and he promises to topple the king of kickboxing here tonight.
And you can't let that size and that body shape fool you. He's dynamic, he's athletic, he's aggressive, and look for him to get inside and land some big power punches.
Reaffirmed his dominance of the world's kickboxing heavyweights with a TKO winning Glory Collision in Germany. He is Rico Verhoeven.
He hasn't lost in Glory in nearly 5 years. Looking for his 13 consecutive victory. 50 wins, 10 losses. Rico Verhoeven is indeed the king of kickboxing. Here's our tale of the tape in this heavyweight super fight. Rico Verhoeven versus Ismael Lazar. Yes, Lazar is shorter. His reach is not even close, but he does weigh more, Joe. What does that tell you?
Well, that tells you that he's got a lot of power, that he needs to get on the inside to land that power. He needs to try to throw that extra 12 pounds behind those punches, but that's tough against that experienced king of kickboxing. He's the king because many have tried and many have failed. So let's see if Lazar can use that power to do something against Rico Verhoeven.
Let's take you back to yesterday's weigh-in and look how Rico just towers over Lazar. But this is nothing new for the Moroccan.
No, the Moroccan has fought every fight he's been in. He's the shorter. He's not as big, but he's come out victorious in almost all of those fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. A 5-round, non-title super fight in the Glory Heavyweight Division between a deceptively strong newcomer who has made a career of silencing his critics and the crown king of the division with wins over some of the sport's legendary names. This bout sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association. At the opening bell, your referee is Tobias Gerald. From the Brabant Holland to Brazil, Glory kickboxing fans are watching around the world. It's time for Glory. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He is a former European heavyweight champion. His professional record, 30 wins with 2 losses, 1 bout scored even, and 15 of those wins coming by knockout. At 5 feet, 11 and a half inches, 1.82 meters. He weighed in at fight time at an even 268 pounds, 121.7 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Morocco. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Ismail, the Star Lazar. His opponent, standing on our left and fighting out of the white corner, rides a 12-fight Glory win streak dating back to 2013. His professional record, 50 wins with 10 losses, 14 of those wins by knockout. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters, and he weighed in at 255 and 1/2 pounds, an even 116 kilos. Fighting out of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning Glory heavyweight champion of the world, the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. Once again, your referee in charge is Tobias Gerald.
Gentlemen, it's 5 rounds in the Glory heavyweight division. You both know the rules, so respect my command at all times, protect yourself at all times. Fight good, fight clean, fight hard, may the best man win. Touch glove if you want, and back to the corners. Judge.
Will we see another dominant victory for the King? Or can Lazar pull off perhaps the biggest upset in the history of Glory? It's a heavyweight super fight in Den Bosch, Netherlands. And here we go. 5 rounds. Rico in the white gloves, Lazar in the black.
Rico's going to want to keep Lazar at the end of his punches. That's why he's throwing that jab, staying long, make it difficult for Lazar to try to get inside.
The crowd about split 50-50. Lazar from nearby as well. A lot of Moroccan fans waiting to explode here tonight. No fear from Lazar. He'll come right at you all night long.
Well, when you fight giants, every time you fight, you can't be scared. You can't respect Rico too much. That's why he's kind of staying there. He's got to counter right back.
And if you've watched some of Lazar's highlights online, you know he has a pretty good high kick as well. He's extremely flexible.
Yeah, he has this left high kick that he throws really high. I'm sure as he loosens up, we'll start to see it.
Lazar, a massive underdog in this fight. If you wanted to win $100 on Rico winning, you'd have to put down $2,000. He's a 20-1 favorite. Nice uppercut from Lazar.
Probably a strategy. I can see him trying to hit the body, try to mix uppercuts. But Rico's staying long, using that jab.
You can see how Rico keeps his left hand high as well. He knows that overhand right from Lazar is a doozy.
And everyone that fights Rico says the same thing. He executes the game plan perfect. He stays focused. He's a perfectionist.
Rico with those long, powerful legs. Look at that man's thighs, by the way. Well, they're completely natural.
Well, his kicks are one of his best weapons. So I expect him to be using his low kicks, left high kicks, body kicks. Keep defensive up top and chop away with his kicks. Nice combinations from Rico.
Another big advantage Lazar has is that he can take a punch. He'll take the abuse to land his big right hand.
Let him go. Go. Fight.
to say, and I guess the bell rang there.
No, Rico's mouth guard was flung out of the ring. They have to get that from the first row.
We'll see a replay. I think you're right, Joe. Lazar may have knocked Rico's mouthpiece into the crowd. Joe, here are your keys to glory for tonight's heavyweight attraction.
Well, it's not a big surprise that Lazar's going to want to try to get on the inside, look to attack the body, and make sure he throws punches in bunches, where Rico's going to do what he does best, control the fight, use his reach and height advantage, and look to chop away with those kicks.
Here's that last punch from Lazar right at the end of round one. Boom! Out comes the mouthpiece.
Yeah, one of Lazar's biggest punches is that overhand right. Perfectly timed.
And Rico says, good punch, man. Not sure that was enough to give the first round to Lazar, but we'll find out momentarily under our open scoring system. Many people didn't think Lazar would see the second round, but he's right here, and he's very much in this fight. Landed the best shot of round one.
And it's 5 rounds, and when asked what he thinks about the 5 rounds, he's like, I like it. It gives me 5 different opportunities to try to put Rico out.
All 5 judges scored 10-9 for Glory's heavyweight champion, Rico Verhoeven. Not only is Lazar excited about 5 rounds, he predicted he'd knock out Rico and would do it in the 5th round.
There's that overhand right he keeps landing. That seems to be his best shot that he's been landing.
Here's your punches to the head. Verhoeven with 21, Lazar with 8. What do you make so far of the strategy of Ismael Lazar?
Well, he's doing well. He's showing that he can take it and stand in the pocket with Rico. He's got to keep moving his head off of Rico's jab and try to counter with that overhand right.
Ismael Lazar has never been knocked out. In fact, he's never been knocked down, even in training. So Rico has his work cut out for him if he wants to win by KO here tonight.
Rico fighting really smart, keeping long, keeping his distance.
This is exactly what Rico wants.
Now we southpaw. Look for that left kick.
Lazar landed a grazing left hand. And if Lazar is indeed waiting for the perfect moment to throw his punch on a counter punch, what is the strike that he's waiting for Rico to throw?
Well, he's looking for Rico just to exchange on the inside, and he's looking to throw that overhand right. But if anything, it's that jab that he can slip his head off and counter with, because he knows Rico's establishing that straight punch.
Rico appears to be getting more and more comfortable, which could be a good or bad thing.
Well, I think it's going to see Rico being more active. Now that he's felt some of the power of Lazar, you'll see him starting opening up, start throwing a little bit more combinations.
A lunging uppercut connects for Lazar. Rico Verhoeven in phenomenal shape. And even when Rico blocks some of those punches from Lazar, it still knocks him off balance. That's how much power Lazar has.
They're still going through, but Lazar just ate an uppercut.
And an inside low kick.
And those inside low kicks Rico throws to the inside back leg is a very difficult shot to pull off.
What a jab. You could see Lazar's head snap back. So a good round 2 for Rico Verhoeven.
Yeah, it's definitely 2-0 for Rico. Lazar did find some success with some punches on the inside, but Rico really sticking to that game plan to keep Lazar at the end of his punch. Well, you see Rico trying to establish straight punches, but man, Rico's just so slick with his combinations, mixing angles, and he landed some beautiful uppercuts in that round. But just shows how tough the chin of Lazar is to be able to take an uppercut like that and still stay in the pocket.
Knees right to the thigh of Lazar. Round 3. This fight has flown by. We haven't had a magical moment quite yet, although the mouth guard being knocked out was pretty spectacular. We'll see the official judges' scores here in a moment. Another 10-9 round for all 5 judges. So Verhoeven up 2 rounds to none over Ismael Lazar.
And by Rico being active on the outside like this, it makes it very difficult for a forward fighter like Lazar to come in because he has to eat punches. But when Lazar's in there on the inside, he has to capitalize. Put those punches in bunches and go.
Push kick has become a pretty good weapon for Rico in this fight.
Yeah, and same with that inside back leg low kick.
I would think a push kick would be a very frustrating kick to absorb over and over, just like a jab.
Yeah, and it's the strategy to use. When you're a taller fighter and you're fighting a shorter pressure fighter, straight attacks work, jabs, right hands, front kicks, because that shorter fighter needs to get on the inside.
Now Rico's starting to open up a little bit. Nice combination. Started in the head, ended with a low kick.
The combination on the inside that seems to be working is that right uppercut, left hook, follow low kick. One of my favorites to throw on the inside.
We haven't seen a high kick attempt from Lazar yet, I don't believe.
No, he's relying solely on his boxing.
And now when he gets inside, he's being a little gun shy as Lazar. There he is in there.
Could be the fatigue factor building up.
A minute to go here in round 3. With a kick distribution for Verhoeven. Head, body, and leg. Lazar hasn't landed a head kick or a body kick.
Now, his best weapon earlier on in the fight was that overhand right. But since then, Rico made the adjustment. He's keeping his left guard really tight and shut down that overhand right.
If Lazar was to win this fight, it would have to be by knockout. No one thought he was going to win on a points decision. So even though he's losing the first 2 rounds and maybe the third as well, it's no time to panic for Lazar. Still has 6 minutes left to do something. Rico using his distance beautifully to land that right hand while he was backing up. Not much to cheer about for Lazar fans there in round 3.
No, it's still all Rico Verhoeven. And you can see the dominance by his activity and overhand right punches, slipping punches. What makes Rico so dangerous and so great is his technical aspect to fighting, his footwork, his distance, his ability to change levels with all of his strikes, and he's just able to pick Lazar apart. If you look at the total strikes landed, Rico has landed 121 strikes versus 53 from Lazar.
There's the proof. Joe just mentioned it. Over double the output for Rico Verhoeven. And just looking into his face right now, Verhoeven feels very much in control of this fight.
Ready? Fight!
Lazar is known for being bold and fearless. You may have to see some of that here in the last 2 rounds.
Well, a lot of people asked why this was a 5-round fight, and Lazar was happy with the 5 because if that was a 3-round fight, the fight would be over. So Lazar does have 2 more chances if it can go to a 5th round.
Lazar's fans trying to build some confidence, get some fire under him.
There he goes, trying to counter back with some combinations of his own.
Left hand, a little baby hook there from Lazar. Look at Rico just trying to chop the tree down.
What's that combination? He threw a punch, a knee, and a kick all in one combination. Constantly changing levels. He jabs you, front kicks you, inside low kick, then he attacks the back leg, outside leg, constantly changing his areas of attack.
And it looks like Rico's no longer fearing the power of Lazar. He's more willing to come inside now instead of staying at distance the entire time.
Rico's even comfortable staying in southpaw.
Earlier it was Lazar trying to push the pace. Now look at Rico walking forward. Oh, he could have landed a right hand there. Lazar has to be careful. Lazar told us he's in shape to go 10 rounds, much less 5.
It'd be interesting to see Lazar attack Rico when he's in his southpaw with aggressive boxing. Test Rico's defense from the southpaw.
A switch kick from Lazar.
And there's a smirk, it looked like, on Rico's face.
He appreciates the technique.
Maybe he was impressed that Lazar was able to do it.
There was the right hand that Lazar's been looking for. Didn't come close. Does Lazar still have the power after eating all these shots?
Doesn't seem like it. We'll see though. He predicted a 5th round.
5th round knockout. That was a prediction from Lazar. That means it'll happen in these final 3 minutes. Another rather dominant round for Rico Verhoeven. It's 4 rounds to none. So Lazar, the star, has to get a KO here.
Hij gaat nu knock-out op zijn kop, dus hij heeft geen zin. Hier ga je het niet meer redden, achter de benen. Ga naar die armen. Ga naar die armen. Kijk uit hè. Hij gaat uit afstand. Ja, kom aan, hij komt er even uit.
You saw Lazar smiling and almost laughing in his corner. I don't know if it's because I can't hit this guy or if it's because I got this. Don't worry about me. Let's see. 3 minutes to go here in this heavyweight super bout.
Let's see what Lazar can put together. If you can put any threat and combinations together.
Hey, one judge gave round 4 to Lazar. So there's that moral victory. So now, does Rico just coast home, or does he try and please the home crowd here?
Well, he tried moving and ate a right hand, but I don't know Dutch, but it looked like Dennis Crowell in the corner of Rico was telling him to use his kicks.
And there was one right there. Upper thigh.
Straight punches and kicks from Rico.
Rico told us a knockout for him just wasn't important. He just wanted to win. If a knockout came, it came. But right now, it's looking more and more like a points victory, and a dominant one at that for Verhoeven. We haven't seen Lazar just go beast mode and just throw lefts and rights at the head.
Well, there was some early exchanges, but I think he was discouraged early from the tight defense of Rico.
Just nothing behind those punches for Lazar, even though he gets inside.
Wicked combination from Rico. Ripped the body, then ripped an uppercut right up the middle.
A minute to go here. The 5th and final round. And you can see when Lazar gets inside, it's just a jab and a right hand that just doesn't have anything behind it.
No, there's not much. Rico keeps mixing knees and uppercuts.
Oh, there's a left hand, and it may have staggered Rico. And he's a right hand, and here comes Rico fighting back.
And he makes an uppercut in that combination.
The best moment of the fight for Lazar, but does he have the energy to follow it up?
Another right hand from Lazar.
Oh, and an uppercut from Rico. 10 seconds to go. Rico's going for the home run shot.
He finally opened up there.
And that's it. Domination for the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven.
That was incredible, and you got to look at some of these total strikes. Rico had landed 207 versus the 84 of Lazar. Just so beautiful with his distance, beautiful with his combinations and strike selection. That's why he's the king of kickboxing.
This is as close as Ismael Lazar got to glory. There was the left hook, and then the uppercut, and a right hand to follow it up. He had 3 punches left in him, Joe, and we saw him.
Well, they rocked Rico's head, but he stayed in the pocket. He got a little emotional. You saw him open up, but no, Lazar just didn't have enough power to do any threat to Rico on the inside.
A chance for the man known as the Star to become a superstar tonight, but just not enough there for Ismael.
Well, there is a victory for him. He did stay 5 rounds with the best in the world, and who's going down as one of the best kickboxers of all time, so there is a little victory for Lazar.
Here are the highlights from this, our super fight main event.
And most of these are going to be Rico really trying to establish his difference, staying active with combinations, showing good defense on the outside, good defense on the inside, where Lazar just kept going forward all 5 rounds. Although he wasn't doing damage, he didn't back up, he stayed in the pocket and still showed some threat in his overhand right. But Rico's combinations, changing levels with his low kicks, body kicks, front kicks, that strike selection and distance control was just beautiful performance.
Here are our final fight statistics, and as you can imagine, they're pretty much all one way for Rico Verhoeven. 208 total strikes landed compared to 84 for Ismael the Star Lazar. Now for the official decision, we go back into the ring, and Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here are the totals from our 5 ringside judges. One has it 49-46. The other 4 see it the same, 50-45. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Rico Verhoeven.
Congratulations, a dominating performance for the king of kickboxing. How would you rate your performance in there? Because it looked like you were having a really good time.
Whew. Please ask me, don't ask how to rate it, because for me, I hope the audience it was okay, but for me it definitely was a 5 or something. I definitely let him pull me too much towards his game, but for him to do that, a lot of props.
Respect.
Ismael, come on over here. I see you have a smile on your face. You have all of your fans here rooting for you. How did it feel in there tonight?
At the one time I feel good. All the guys that they came for me and support me. The other guys, I have to give big ups to Rico. We did a good job.
Enrico, what's next for you?
What's next? Not sure. A lot of things coming up, you know. I'm moving. My wife is pregnant, so there's so many cool things that are happening right now. So many positive things, and yeah, just had a great win over Ismael Lazzar. So he's an amazing fighter. Like I said, like I told everybody before, this guy is amazing. So don't judge him from the way he looks. You know, he's an amazing fighter. So he's gonna be a very good one for Glory.
Well, congratulations to you both. Rico, you're the winner. However, that was an amazing performance from both of you. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
So Rico Verhoeven now 13 straight wins in Glory, 51 wins overall. He hasn't lost in nearly 5 years in a Glory ring. The king of kickboxing's reign continues. Joe, he wouldn't answer the question. Who do you want to see next against Rico?
Well, I'm a fan of the sport and a fan of kickboxing, and I think everyone listening is going to agree with me. I want to see Rico Bader too.
Rico versus Bader 2. Well, Bader's got to get out of jail first before we see that fight, but Big Ben Sadiq is perhaps on the horizon, and we'll get a new #1 contender in New York when Benjamin Adekbouy fights D'Angelo Marshall at Madison Square Garden. That's it for Glory in Holland. We head to Paris, France next June 10th. It'll be Doumbé versus Olskin for the welterweight championship of the world. For the entire kickboxing production crew, including our executive producer Bill Borson, Whitney Miller, Joseph Valtellini, I'm Todd Grisham. Thanks for watching the Glory Super Fight Series. We'll see you next month in Paris. Saturday, June 10th, the top fighters in France take on the best of the rest of the world at Glory Super Fight Series Paris. Vive la France, and don't blink once as Glory brings 12 fighters across 4 divisions. French fighters Salvador, Emerlane, Camayo, and Ladam, and international superstars Ambang, Adamchuk, and 2 Gregorians. Plus a huge welterweight headliner featuring Joanne Kontaveit. Glory Super Fight Series Paris, Saturday, June 10th. Don't miss it.